Alright, today we're going to be talking about the persona changes. This is like the 15th time I'm trying to record this video. Hopefully nothing goes wrong this time. I'm starting to lose my mind just a little bit. But anyway, some persona changes were recently added to Identity 5 for the persona page. For each faction, Hunter got some, Survivor got some. Survivor got more than Hunter, but we don't talk about that. And honestly, I think for the most part they're going to be good changes. Generally speaking, I think they'll be healthy for the game because they mostly removed traits that no one really used in the first place. For the most part, some traits were decent that were gotten rid of, but for the most part, they weren't very good traits. So they're being replaced with something more useful, which is always good. But I do have a few concerns for the Survivor changes because I feel like the Survivor changes might be a little bit too much. It might be just, I don't know, might be just a little bit, might be just a bit overkill. And now, I mean, it might sound a little bit weird for me to say that, right? Because in general, the changes that were presented for the Survivor side mostly just focus around giving solo queue teams kind of the same advantages that duo queue teams have, or teams that are playing in VC, like all four people and things like that. It basically allows you to share information much better. I'm just going to hit this for presence. It's basically, it allows you to collect better information, which is great because solo queue teammates don't understand how to ping. I think they're allergic to the ping wheel or something. And even if you get someone that actually knows how to do it, like a lot of the time, the information can change so quickly that you can wrong ping sometimes, and it's like, what are you going to do? The 8-second cooldown is kind of just not short enough. It's kind of too long, to be honest with you. Oh, that was cool. This perfumer's not stopping anywhere. What is your plan, sir? There we go. Moving on. The reason this worries me, though, is because when you get to a higher tier, the game stops you from being able to go into a party that's more than 2 people. And the reason that is because the ability to collect that much information is just really strong. It's like very difficult for hunters to kind of combat that. And you could see generally against like a Force Survivor voiced team, hunters do have the underhand. I'm not even sure if that's an expression, but survivors have the upper hand for sure, because they definitely have a much bigger advantage. And now, I mean, there is a reason why that ability is taken away for higher tiers, and now, essentially, what they've done is they've given it back to them in the form of these new traits. So, I mean, we will have to wait and see a little bit longer on that, just to, I don't know, like, because of course you have to see everything in-game, but I mean, that's definitely a worry that I have for it. Maybe it's unjust. I said Flywheel wasn't going to be good when it was released, so I mean, maybe my opinion's just completely invalid. I don't know. Oh, we hit the Acrobat. Oh, we actually prevented the rescue. Hey. That was actually a really nice hook. Good job. That was actually... I'm mad about that. That was too good of a hook. Stop it. Anyway. Those are my concerns for the Survivor changes. Otherwise, I'm really happy with them. The one I think is definitely that I want to keep my eyes on the most is going to be the one that gives you a speed boost when you are rescued from the chair. Not like the rescuer getting the speed boost, but the actual person that got rescued is definitely a new thing. And I'm really interested to see how that affects gameplay, because that could definitely allow you to reach a crucial window, crucial palette, that you might have not been able to otherwise. And I mean, there is kind of a hunter counterpart to that, of where it speeds you up towards the recently rescued survivor. At least that's what I think it does. I may have misunderstood it. That's also possible. The descriptions to these, I think we can all agree, are not the greatest, not the most easy to understand in the world. But yeah, I think that's definitely the one I want to keep my eyes on the most. I think it has the most possibilities out of all of them. And yeah, in general, I think the Survivor changes are a lot more interesting than the Hunter changes. Maybe this is a bit of a hot take, but I think in general the Hunter changes are gonna bite. Like, there's only a couple good ones. Like, the trait that I'm running right now, Impulsive, that gives you a speed boost while you use your charge attack. I think that's going to be a game changer, especially for hunters with like really long windups like Wu-Chang White Form. Yeah, buffing that's going to be fun. We all know how long that hitbox already is. But like really long wind-up charge attacks, maybe even Sculptor as well. That just, it takes them a while to fire that attack off, but they get such a big speed boost while they're doing that at that point in time. So I feel like that's going to be also a really, really good trait for hunters. But I feel like that's really the only other good new one that they added. The other ones are kind of mediocre to kind of shitty, to be honest with you. And again, we'll have to see. It's hard to really tell before these have been like really tested and used in gameplay. But I definitely think the hunters are a lot more underwhelming. How the fuck did you have another elbow pad? I thought you already used all of them. Mercenary be hacking over here. Goddamn. Dude, actually, come back here. You're running too far away. But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts on it. My initial thoughts. I'm actually getting my ass kicked by this mercenary. Like, he is running me for a long time. There we go. I definitely am glad that the developers are finally changing the persona tree. It stayed the same for so long. Like, it was... I can't remember. Like, I started playing the game in, like, 2018. I don't think it went through any, like, real changes until quite recently when Flywheel was added. I think was, like, the only real major change that I can remember it ever going through. Which is kind of insane when you think about it, when the game's been out for that long. And there haven't really been any noticeable changes to it. Perhaps there was a few that I'm forgetting, but I mean, they were then forgettable. Actually, no, I think they added Trump Card. On the Survivor side, it was Flywheel, but Trump Card was added. I'm forgetting that one. There might be a couple other ones as well that I'm forgetting, but I don't know. Persona rework, I think, was definitely long overdue, and I'm glad that they're definitely going in and changing out a lot of the unused and useless traits for a lot better things. But I do think that it also opens a bit of a can of worms, especially when you start bringing back like the ability to get so much information, especially for these higher tier teams. But in general, I'm definitely excited for it. I can't wait to see some of the new builds that come out of this, and I'm definitely glad that the the triple knee jerk into what's it called, into borrowed, or Tide Turner into borrowed time. I'm really glad that's nerfed. I gotta be honest with you. That was like probably one of my least favorite things to play against as Hunter. Like, it was so obnoxious. But yeah, I think the changes are definitely going to be for the better. Feel free to plop your opinion in the comments. I'll try to respond to all of them. Sorry if I was a little bit scattered throughout this video. I was basically just playing the match as I was talking, so I don't know, a little bit of a split focus, but hopefully it was comprehensible enough. Click subscribe, and see you guys in the next one.